420 buzz!
420 buzz!
Buzz!
420 buzz!
Hey, how you doing? Vincent Squatch, thanks for joining us. This is hempisode number 29. We have Laureen, Leigh, my co-host.
Vincent Squatch, Reese, your
Thank
host.
you very much. And our guest, Doyle. Today we're going to talk about the history of the bong. We have a couple of news stories, a couple of local reviews, and we're going to talk about Jack Hare's CCHHI 2012 and how you can get involved. Great 2011 so far, and we'd like to thank to all the local growers that had a great harvest in 2012, and a lot of it's carried over into 2011. We'd like to thank you all very much, and thank the local people for giving me the different buds to review. And if you would like to get your bud reviewed, you can email me at gmail@420lakenews.com. Yes, it seems odd, but it's been done.
Hey, yeah. I wanted to tell the folks that we're taping today in the secret MeLLa Jam dungeon. So that's the...
And this weekend it's going to be converted into a metal show.
That's right. We're going to have... that's right, huh? It's going to be Bebop and Squatch's MeLLa Hug Fest winter solstice style, and we're going to be celebrating Kaya Rock's birthday, and Ron and Jawsy and Lightning. So we're going to have RTK is going to play, Release the Kraken, hopefully, and Strychnine's going to play, our band, yeah, and maybe another band that maybe I should, can I mention that one? Maybe?
Yeah.
Apocalyptia is going to play with Tawny on the drums, and he's a badass drummer, and I should know because I am a drummer too. And MeLLa's going to play that night as well. And I think that's everybody. So that's Saturday night. Yep,
Nice.
Right here in the MeLLa Haven.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, one of our favorite bands, Steenkweed, showed up too. Check them out.
The next time you sing this, you'll be more sticky than this time.
Is that it for us, brother? Thank you very much. We're Steenkweed.
Yeah, there was some awesome, I heard some extra awesome buds lately. I haven't sampled any myself, but
We have 3 to talk about today. The first one is LA Perp, and that comes from Cousin here in Lake County. So thank you, Cousin in Clear Lake, for not my cousin, just a cousin of everybody's cousin. So we'd like to thank him. It's LA Perp, great taste, tastes like sugary Kool-Aid. Buds are light green with sugary looking crystals. Sorry to give so much product placement in this review, but it's just how it turned out. This had a sweet smell like sour Skittles. And then we also have the texture was, sorry.
We do have an audience today, and they're allowed to laugh, but not breathe.
The texture was really good, cured bud, a little dry, but really cured nice. And the high was very creeper high after you smoked it. You know, it came on slow, and you got, you know, I'm pretty high right now. Or maybe I can't put that in there.
How long did it?
It took a while to creep on, and
So you just sampled it today?
Yeah, sampled it today. So this is my fresh review.
So it's just now starting to creep. You do a fresh review every show, don't you? Somebody around here should be sampling the stuff. You know what I mean? It is the 420
He's
bucks.
got to review it, you know.
Exactly.
This next one was from David in Clear Lake. Thank you, David in Clear Lake. This was UK cheese. It smelled like the original UK cheese. It was definitely. It had the Limburger sour smell. Had a danky smell. Tastes very different than any other the buds I had reviewed. It was unlike the USA cheese because it was cured very well. The USA cheese is really, really super brittle and dry, even though it smells good. Some people don't like the smell. Some people don't like the smell at all. People like consider. We were talking. You didn't like the smell of the original USA cheese. Doyle didn't like the smell.
Horrific.
So the UK cheese, though, it was. This one had the perfect cure, and it was like a very stoned. It was like after you smoked it, it was like, wow. You almost felt like
It was like tied to a stake stone.
uncomfortable stoned. It was
Wow.
got really super high.
So what would you recommend doing with that one if you didn't like that? Because I
Go
mean,
to
as far
sleep.
as smoking and eating and all of that stuff and medicating goes, you're pretty much the expert. And if you feel like it was almost too much, then what would you do with something like that? Like maybe,
That is for like when you have a really bad migraine,
yeah,
or you sprained your ankle really bad,
Yeah.
or it's to keep for extra special occasions. It's not something you want to smoke and go, you know, to a ball game or skiing on because
yeah.
you're not going to get much done.
What do you think about maybe making like the Rick Simpson oil or some tincture or some salve with it?
Yeah, that would be good because
Yeah.
there's so much cannabinoids in it that the active compounds that rub on somebody
Yeah.
would be that much stronger. Like
Yeah.
Rick Simpson used a lot of the White Widow,
Yeah.
which is really strong and potent.
Yeah.
But it was almost too strong for him to smoke, but when he used it as an active compound, it had a lot more cannabinoids in it.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good. You probably don't want to bake with it though. You're gonna
Excuse me.
probably don't want to bake with it, or you end up on the floor.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then you probably go to sleep. You know, because when you eat it, I guess you fall asleep
Definitely.
easier.
Definitely.
That's a good.
Would be
sleep.
That
good
is
for insomnia.
terrible on the gut.
Yeah, good for insomniacs. Yeah,
Tears my tummy up.
and so it makes your tummy feel better.
No.
It makes it feel bad.
No.
Oh.
Brownies
What,
or anything like that, cakes or anything.
Oh,
I
the
can't.
treats make your tummy upset,
No,
but not smoking.
I vomit every time I eat pot.
Really?
Cannot do it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, that's with just edible foods?
No,
Or-
I've tried the suckers and I've tried like the balm. I love
It-
the balm.
it upsets
is
your
the most
tummy, huh?
relaxing thing for your muscles. And you just sit there and you just the whole time. Lasts like an hour.
Yeah,
But
but,
so what is it like?
if you don't move, you're
It's like
okay.
lotion
Once
that
you
rub
move,
into
you're
your skin.
sick.
No, but
Kinda
I
like
mean-
icy hot.
What is it that makes you ill? Is it the treats?
I have no idea.
Eating the treats? No, I'm
Is
just
it the
asking
raw
you.
herb that you're eating, or are you
What-
are you mixing it down into like a butter and eating it?
Yeah, what we're asking you, what
All
do you eat that
kinds.
makes you ill? So did the lollipop make you ill?
It didn't taste too great.
Okay, but did it make you sick to your stomach?
No, not that time.
Okay, so mostly treats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brownies, cookies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't eat pot.
Yep. Me too.
So you have one more
Yes.
to review? Cool.
And this one was interesting. It's Master Kush from Seeds of Independence. Thank you very much. And it had a spicy flavor, like Merlot wine. You know, Merlot wine has that spicy flavor. It was really unique.
Wow.
The buds were dark green with lime green accents. It smelled very skunky, very like like I smelt it through the bag. Like when I go, wow, it smells skunky. You know, I smelt it through the bag, and it had a very light high. This was one of those ones that you could balance your checkbook on, read, get some things done, ski. You know, so if you want to go for that, go for the Master Kush, and and it had it was a good after dinner cannabis. Because it had that, like an after dinner wine, like a dessert type flavor to it, almost like a smoky type of spiciness to it, like Merlot wine. That's what it reminded me of when I smoked it. And that was called Master Kush. And that was a very good cure. And it was very spongy, cured perfectly, spongy and cushy, but perfectly dry. And that's how you want your bud. I want my bud.
Wow. Well, cool. So 3 different growers. We had Cousin, David, and Seeds of Independence, and they give us samples
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I started noticing. Hey, I've heard that before. Where are they located?
They are in Lake County, and they offer delivery service.
Oh, wow! Shoot. Squatch, weren't you going to give us a little history of the bong?
Give me the history of the bong before.
That was interesting.
A close-up on the bong here as we speak. In 1966, veterans were coming home and showing their younger brothers and sisters something amazing they had found. It was called the bong. It was usually made out of bamboo, about 11 to 12 inches high. You had a wooden stem and a metal bowl.
Or a bamboo
stem. And they would a lot of times use something like a pipe fitting for the metal bowl at the top. And by the end of 1966, U.S. bong had started, which later on became U.S. water pipe, which was a plastic bong with a plastic stem and a metal bowl.
Really?
Then it was a wooden pull-off stem. It was a plastic stem with a wooden pull-off bowl with a metal ring inside the wooden bowl, and that you pulled off. The U.S. water pipe started.
We were born.
And that was a division of Contempo, which also had stock in Adam and Eve, which also sold paraphernalia, which also does lingerie to this day out of Chicago, Illinois. Adam and Eve has a mail order company. So the bong in the 70s and 80s got a name through the DEA where head shops couldn't call it bong. If you sold it under the name of a bong, that meant you were distributing a paraphernalia. You were distributing something you made for drug use, because that name had come all the way back from Vietnam as known for drug use.
Wow.
So what they started doing was selling it as a water pipe.
Yep.
And U.S. Bong changed their name to U.S. Water Pipe when all this was going down. And when I worked at a head shop in San Jose, California, Paramount Imports, give you a shout out there, we used to have to give people a little pack of tobacco with the water pipe. And if someone came up and said, hey, let me see that bong, we said, no, we don't sell bongs, we sell water pipes. And if they said it again, you walked away from them. They said, let me see that bong a second time, you walked away from it, and they didn't get served. So there's a little history of the bong, and Doyle's going to give us a history of God.
Yeah. Actually, you built this
I
pipe
built it
called
from
God.
the base right here.
From the base, I see.
Yeah.
And why do you call it God?
Well, every time somebody hits it, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, oh God.
So you got this contraption, or whatever you want to call this part of it, from here down?
Yeah. Okay,
It was already built?
It
or?
originally had the base with these 3 chambers and a metal bowl.
What do you mean a metal bowl? Like this part right here?
Like this piece right
Oh,
here
okay.
would be like a normal bowl.
Okay, a little metal thing?
Yeah, this is the original down stem for it.
Okay.
I increased the hose size for better suction.
Okay, so you actually took off whatever hoses they had on there and put those on?
There were little grommets like the one that holds this in
How do
all the small hoses.
Wow. How do you get them to stay?
Well, I kind of can't take them out unless I want to cut them now because these hoses were made to swell when heat goes through them, and when you're smoking through it, it heats up, so they swelled in, and I can't get it out.
Oh,
I
so
tried
they swell
one time
so
and
they...
it cracked on the back.
Oh.
So.
So they swell so that they stay in better, you mean? To give
Yeah,
it like a better
there's
airtight fit?
Yeah, it's completely airtight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. It looks like there's like some goo on the top.
That's 2-part epoxy seal.
So there is a seal.
Yeah, it's the only thing that I could find that would actually not put off any type of...
Fume.
Yeah, fume.
Uh-huh.
And it turns into a hard plastic.
Oh, wow.
So I have that on all the seals that were broken.
Oh, wow.
How many
Wow.
different chambers of water are there?